Hi, this is a quick video about the Medion E5004, which was sold in Aldi a few years ago. That's the box. Quite an old phone now, but actually still incredibly useful for some things. So I had this phone for 3 years. It's dual SIM, 4G, has a few advantages over some modern dual SIM phones. The Android 5.1 operating system means that you can record phone calls and do so automatically with every call, which is incredibly useful, whereas my Nokia 3.2 running Android 9 Pie, you can't record a damn thing. So I decided that I needed to get this phone sorted out, and that obviously meant getting the battery out, which no repair shop around here wanted to do because it's not one of the common brands. So before I show you what I did, I will just point out that this phone is also identical to the Hisense D2-M, which only has half the storage but seems to be identical. So when you flip the phone over, take the back case off, you're presented with this grey piece that's enclosing the battery. In this case, I've already managed to get this out, which is why I'm making this video. Whoops. This is completely dead. It's got a little push on and pull off connector there. I don't know if you're able to see it with the camera. There we go. So you can just pull that off when you get inside the phone. Now, this wasn't the easiest to get into. Medion themselves, when I rung them up, told me that this piece just breaks when you remove it. It was one of the very few occasions I managed to speak to someone there that actually knew the phone and had any idea what to do with it, and even he wasn't really accurate about it. So anyway, to get this off wasn't the easiest, to be honest with you. I half found myself thinking it was designed to be permanently sealed. It's also interesting to point out that this is actually made by Lenovo. I found it out purely by accident with one of those apps that, you know, interrogates the hardware and things, and it came up as a Lenovo made phone. So that was interesting, as they do own Medion. Anyway, so to cut a long story short, you can't really prise this open from the side easily. This one I have obviously had a part. The easiest way I've found to actually get into it after several hours of head scratching was literally to tuck my fingernails under here between the plastic and the battery and just pull. So it pulled up like that, and then it eventually exposed a little gap there between the phone and the screen, which I was able to sort of prise off, and it does actually unclick just like the back cover. It will unclick just like that. It is about 2 to 3 times harder, but it will do it. Now, something I want to point out also, before you tear into yours, is that these panels here that look like they're detachable, they're not. So don't touch those. Don't try to leave them off or anything like that. It is part of the main plastic. Same with this. It has the false impression of looking like some special plug-in module. It isn't. They are actually stickers with wires that are actually aerials or antennas, whatever you want to call them. You can see the copper inside this one. And when you do get this off and apart, you'll see the contacts inside. Now, in here is the microphone and speaker as well, but that's the contacts for the antenna on this side. This one is supposed to be the GPS, if memory serves, or Wi-Fi. I'm not entirely sure which. That's the lens. Anyway, so this is the inside of the phone. As you can see, like a lot of other phones you'll see on Google, it's got its main chassis and ribbon cables everywhere and things. Next was the battery. It was in there around about like that. It's total pain to get out, so I had to switch to using a card to get underneath it and prise it up, as it's stuck in, but it will eventually come loose, and the connector here, you just simply pull it off and that's it. And that's it really. I haven't actually got a replacement battery to put in yet. I'm going to order that in soon, well, today hopefully. And well, then it should just go back together. think that's about all I can tell you really. It's quite a quirky phone. Not many people seem to know anything about it or how to get it apart, including Medion themselves, as previously noted. I think that's about all I can tell you really. So if you have one of these or a Hisense and you want to get the battery out, just remember that you need to get in there and pull it apart to prise it up. And when you look at the side of this, the silver bezel here, that's, you don't go on the top side, you go underneath it. So the actual silver strip that runs all the way around it actually comes off with the grey piece. So you have to prise it from underneath there. That's the way to do it with this phone. Okay, if you've got one and you're going to attempt this yourself, all the best to you. It's not easy, but it is doable. Okay, just be really careful with it. Start from this side, not that side, because you've got the volume and power buttons there, and there's a risk of this breaking because it's very weak. So start this side, prise it apart all the way along here, then the bottom, then the top, and then this side should start to come away a lot easier. And eventually it'll just come off like that. Okay, good luck.